Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Onidson, and although this video is not part of an official series I'm running, it did occur to me that while Grant and I are doing the Ancient Mathams series, which we're having a great deal of fun with, and I strongly encourage you to check it out if you're at all interested in what we have, the ideas we've come up with about improving the core set cards. While we are still doing that series and regularly updating the channel, there haven't been any gameplay videos for a little while and aren't likely or aren't any officially scheduled for the next little while either. So I thought I'd just take a little bit of time and post a playthrough with one of the decks that I've currently been working with. This is the Lorefindel Walks to Mordor deck. Those of you who've been following this channel will be familiar with it. It's the deck that I took through most of the Saga campaign that I did with Ixthelion. This version of the deck has been tweaked for general play instead of being optimized for the specific Saga campaign quests. And today we're going to be going up against the King's Quest, the third quest in the Wilds of Rovanian box. For those of you who aren't familiar with this deck, the whole idea is boosting Glorfindel's hit points and then taking a bunch of undefended attacks on him, healing them off with Elrond, Lembas, various other healing effects. It also has a ton of card draw, and yes, you see that right, this is in fact a 58 card deck. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at our opening hand. I really like this opening hand, so we'll keep it. So let's do quest setup. We'll discard until we find an enemy or a location. There, in fact, is our enemy, you. You. That's annoying. But we'll deal with it. So, at the start of each quest phase, we are going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck, and so on and so forth. So, let's go ahead and get this party started. The first thing we'll do is draw cards with Barivor. Very good. There's a Rivendell Minstrel. We could get her into play round 1. But that's not what I think I want to do. I want to discard Elven Light to put a resource on Glorfindel. And then I want to spend 3 resources to put out a Guardian of Rivendell. As to pay its cost, we'll discard Vigilant Guard and Glamdring, leaving me with a resource on Arwen that I can use to play Reforged to bring back Glamdring. Next round, we'll probably get out that Rivendell Minstrel, find to the sea, and move on from there. So, we will quest for 6. Before we actually quest, we have to discard until we reveal a location. It's the Contested Depths. I'll keep it. So there's 3 in the staging area. We'll quest for 6 against 3. We reveal Eyes in the Dark. It is doomed 1, and we must raise our threat by 1 for each questing character we control, or discard a questing character we control. That's a threat raise of 2, and we'll deal with it. Travel to the Contested Depths, engage the Giant Spider. We will block with the Guardian of Rivendell. I know I said this is all about taking undefended attacks on Glorfindel, but the Giant Spider says it can't ready till the end of the round, and I'd like to keep using Glorfindel at the moment, so the Guardian. The active location does not have the Dark trait. It should be noted, after we travel to Contested Depths, we either raise each player's threat by 1 for each location in the victory display, or discard Contested Depths. There are no locations in the victory display, so chose to raise each player's threat by 0. So, at the end of the round, I'm feeling rather confident. I'm going to play Reforged, get out Glamdring. It'll be guarded by... Oh, another giant spider. Well, that'd just be wonderful. Okay. Now let's draw up. Ah! Hello, Galdor. Now the ideal thing to do is to draw more cards with Barivore. That's what you're supposed to do with this deck. On the other hand, if I leave her up, she and Glorfindel can kill a spider. Well, the first thing I'm going to do actually is cycle Elvenlight to draw a card, discard a card, to put a resource on Arwen, I suppose. Now we have a resource for a test of will. Well, this will be interesting. At the start of the round, we'll discard until we find a location. Forked Passage. I'll raise my threat by 2 to ignore that. And we're just going to quest for 3 against 2 in the staging area. Card we reveal is Hobgoblin. Top card of my deck is a Deep Knowledge. Hobgoblin gets no extra stats, so we're questing for 3 against 3. We break even, and we don't have to engage the Hobgoblin. I'll optionally engage the giant spider. And block the giant spider with the Garden of Rivendell. Take this one undefended. Ew. Okay. 3 damage there. And it makes an additional attack. Discard an ally I control. Put the damage there. Neither of these are going to be able to ready next round. But between them, we can kill this giant spider and get Glamdring. And at the end of the round, I'm just going to draw Elvenlight back up. And now we'll ready everybody up. Well, for a given value of ready. And discard Elvenlight to put a resource on Glorfindel. We're going to drop out Rivendell Minstrel. No, we're not going to put that resource on Glorfindel. We're going to put it on Arwen. Search the whole deck for To the Sea. Close and shuffle. We're going to put To the Sea on Arwen, and we're going to discard 1, 2, 3. I will ditch the end draft as well, and get out Gildor and Glorian. We're now going to quest for 5. First, we discard until we find a Deep Chasm. That's fine. So we're questing for 5 against 3 in staging. First card we reveal is another Hobgoblin. That'll be interesting. Oh, it's the other Test of Will, so he has 2. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. We are currently breaking even. I'm going to play Elrond's Counsel, reducing threat by 3 and boosting our willpower by 1. We quest successfully. And I'm just going to leave those cards there. We are going to draw a card with Elvenlight. There we go. And we have Asphalloth. Alright, now we're starting to get somewhere. Draw cards with Barivore. Play out double back. Discard Elvenlight to put a resource on Arwen. Draw it back to draw another card. Exhaust To the Sea, discarding Elvenlight again. to reduce the cost of the Imladris Caregiver by 1, playing it by spending a resource from Bearvor's resource pool. And now we'll discard an Elven Male to heal a damage on Glorfindel. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6 against 5 in the staging area, it looks like. Going to discard cards. We find a contested depth. We'll raise our threat by 1. And the card we reveal is another deep chasm. So we are currently losing the quest. And there's nothing we can do about that. So, goes up there, and down come both hobgoblins. So, we'll deal out the shadow cards. Gildor blocks the spider. We're going to have to take both of these undefended. Hobgoblin 1 is attacking for 2. Alright, we'll take that damage on Glorfindel. Hobgoblin over here is attacking for 1. Take the attack undefended. There is no defender to deal 1 damage to. We'll take that damage on Arwen. Glorfindel has 5 attack with Glamdring, and will attack the spider, killing it and drawing a card. And now we have Outlight of Valinor. There we go. And we will spend our resource to bring Elven Light back to hand, drawing a card. 2 copies of Elven Light. We have only discarded 1 card to the Imladris Caregiver this turn. We'll discard Elven Light again to heal up that damage on Arwen. And we'll ready everybody up. Good. Guardian of Rivendell. Bearvor will draw 2 more cards. And let's see. Arwen will bring Elven Light back to hand with that. And we will discard the other copy of Glamdring to put a resource on Arwen. And we'll spend 2 to put Asphiloth on Glorfindel along with Light of Valinor. And we'll use Asphiloth and start chipping away at some of these chasms up there. We will also do to the sea, ditching both copies of Elven Light to spend 1 resource to bring in a Guardian of Rivendell, I think. Yeah, that seems right. And to pay its cost, we'll discard 2 more cards. There's currently 4 in staging. We'll quest for 3, 6, 8, 9. Discard until we find a location. We will raise our threat by 3 to discard it. And now we're going to quest on double back. So we're doing 9 against 4. The card we reveal is Afraid of the Dark. We will remove Glorfindel from the quest, reducing our willpower by 3, and we will make 2 progress on that active location. That's fine. And now, deal out the shadow cards. Gildor will block 1 of them, right there, and this Hobgoblin we will take undefended. It does not have the dark trait. Deal that damage to Arwen, and Glorfindel will attack for 5, the Guardian of Rivendell for 2. We will kill a Hobgoblin, adding Deep Knowledge to our hand, drawing a card with Glamdring. And moving on to the next turn. Bearvor will draw us 2 cards. We will draw an Elven Light back with Arwen. It's a resource, and then ditch it to put the resource back on Arwen. See what's in the discard pile. Oh, one of our Galdors is already in there. That's unfortunate. We will exhaust the Seed of the Sea, ditching the Necklace of Girion to reduce the cost of the Master of the Forge by 1. Putting him into play, and then we'll drop a Lembas on the table. Asphiloth will put 2 more progress right there, and the Master of the Forge will get us another Lembas. That's something. Tempted with Deep Knowledge, but ugh. My threat is going to cause problems. So we'll do nothing for the moment at the start of the quest phase. We will find an Iron Hills mine. 2, 4, 8. And we can probably handle that, actually. So that'll go to 8. There's 8 threat in the staging area. I guess 3, 6, 9, 12. I can, in fact, quest for 12, and with Elrond's Counsel, will reduce my threat by 3 and make it 13. Alright, and the card we reveal is a Dark Tunnel. So, we make 2 progress, exactly clearing the contested depths. And we are, in fact, forced to travel to this dark chasm, which will reveal Ancient Treasury. After Ancient Treasury becomes the active location, each player may choose one, reduce his threat by 3, draw 2 cards, or add a resource to a hero's resource pool. Given my threat trouble, I think I know what I'm doing. And given my card draw. So, having done this... Oh, I should probably explain that. That's the deep keyword, by the way. For those of you who aren't familiar with this quest, there are a number of locations that have the deep keyword. Anytime you travel there, you discard the location and instead replace it with the top card of the Caves deck right here. So, should be interesting. That said, I didn't need my Test of Will, so I will be drawing back that Elven Light to draw another card. And now it's the combat phase. So, I'm going to do an interesting move here. I will defend this attack with Glorfindel, attacking for 2. I will discard Lembas to ready him, healing 3 damage. And now, there's no shadow effect, he takes a damage. I'll attack for 5, 6, 7. 7 is enough to kill the Hobgoblin, adding that Test of Will to hand, drawing a card with Glamdring, and you know what? Now that I've helped my threat out a little bit, I can afford to do something like that. And since I can, I'm going to ditch Elven Light and this Light of Valinor to the Imladris Caregiver, healing up 2 hit points. That'll be off of Glorfindel. Alright, let's arrange things a little better. There we go. And advance to the next round. Draw 2 more cards with Barivor. There's a Darren's Runes. Master of the Forge does not find us an attachment. That's unfortunate. Draw a card back with Elven Light. There's Quick Beam. Now we'll draw 2 cards with Daron's Runes and discard Elven Light to Daron's Runes. We will also spend 2 to get out Quick Beam. He enters play exhausted. We'll deal him damage to ready him. Having done that, we will discard the Necklace of Girion to give our winner, not a damage, a resource. And we may be in business here. While this dark tunnel is in the staging area, we can't actually place progress on dark locations, so I'll be using Asphaleth on this Iron Hills mine. So, Arwen, Glorfindel, Gildor, the Caregiver, the Minstrel. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and again 13 is what I have, reducing my threat by 3. There's 2, 6, 9. In staging, I have to discard until I find a location. Oof, on Iron Hills Mine. Cannot handle that at the moment. So I'm going to raise my threat by 4. So I'm 13 against 9. You know what? I'm going to send Quick Beam as well. 15 against 9. 1 card. It's a Stone Troll. Of course it is. Of course it's a Stone Troll. What else would it be? We've added 3 threat, which means we make 3 progress. We are forced to travel to the Deep Chasm, which, that is the wrong one. Crumbling Cavern. I have to assign X damage among characters I control, where X is the number of characters I control. I control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters. So I have to deal out 9 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be unfortunate, I think. That's going to be really unfortunate. Okay. We'll obviously engage a Stone Troll. We will defend with the Guardian of Rivendell. He has +1 attack. We lose the Guardian of Rivendell, and we have to discard a card from our hand for the excess point of damage. That will be this. Oh no, it won't. It'll be this Asphaleth. We will also ditch an Imladris Caregiver and a Rivendell Minstrel to heal up 2 points of damage on, I don't know, let's say Gildor. Lorefindel will attack back. Glamdring means that we can do 2 damage here. We now need 10 to kill the troll. We can make it with 5 from Glorfindel, 3 from Quick Beam, and perhaps 2 from Gildor and Glorian. Okay. Oh. Okay, good. Good to note that Ancient Treasury was not dark, so Glorfindel could actually apply his willpower. That's something we need to remember, that condition attachment could yet screw us over. Draw 2 more cards with Bearvor. And there is Elrond. Wonderful timing, good sir. We're going to play a copy of Reforged for 2 to pull out Elven Mail. It'll go on Glorfindel. We'll also spend a resource. I didn't mean to shuffle my discard pile. You're not supposed to do that. We'll put this Ent Draft on Glorfindel. He is now at 9 hit points. And while we could do to the sea, to get, say, Galdor in, or more likely Elrond in, oh yes, let's use the Master of the Forge. Ah, there's another Elven Mail, which we will use, we will discard it to heal up the damage off of Glorfindel with the Imladris Caregiver. I'll use Asphaleth to put the other 2 progress on that Iron Hills mine. The active location is dark, so Glorfindel cannot actually, he does not have willpower at the moment. Could be a problem. Okay. Alright, here's the plan. I'm going to put a Lembas on Glorfindel. So, I think, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I currently have 9 hit points, which means I can technically take an undefended attack from a stone troll and live. I will need 10 attack to kill it, but that will leave me perilously short in the willpower department. So, no, actually this will be fine. We'll put out a Lembas, and we'll defend the attack with Glorfindel and then ready him with the Lembas, and that'll be fine. So we'll quest for 3, not quest with Glorfindel, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Questing for 9 against 3, and at the start of the quest phase we're supposed to discard till we find a location. It's an Iron Hills mine. I can't afford to raise my threat by 4, so we'll deal with it. 9 against 7, the card we reveal is Contested Depths, which is now up to 2. So we break even. I'm okay with that this round. I actually am. This stone troll happens. Glorfindel will defend. We're about to take 5 damage. We will discard the Lembas to ready Glorfindel, healing him with 3, and we will attack 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is putting 5 more damage on the stone troll. 5 more damage on the stone troll, like that. Alright, another Elven Light. Draw 2 more cards. There's a Will of the West, and nothing else. Alright. Exhaust to the sea, discard 1, 2, 3. I'll keep my Elven Lights all together over here. We're reducing the next Noldor ally I play by 3. There's Galdor. Use Asphaleth, put 2 progress there. And bring back an Elven Light. Draw a card. Discard 2 copies of Deep Knowledge to the Caregiver to heal up Glorfindel for 2. And spend his last resource on a Lembas. No, save his last resource. There is currently 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the staging area. We only need 5 to kill him. Glorfindel can do it on his own. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And let me just check if I have already discarded a resource, or discarded to Arwen. I do not think I have, so I will discard this Elven Light to give Arwen a resource for a test of will. We have to discard till we find... Whoops. A location. We found a location. We have to raise it by its threat. However, its text isn't active while we're discarding it, so that's just one threat, and I'm raising my threat by 1. So, again, that's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 against 3, 7, 9. And we reveal a deep chasm. We make 2 progress. Could be worse. We are going to get location locked. And this is going to be ridiculous. And... oh, right. I don't know why I didn't just go for that last Lembas. Okay, we will take that attack undefended. Having to discard an ally we control is not the worst thing in the world. There goes the Master of the Forge. Put 6 damage. Glorfindel has 6 hit points remaining. I'll use his ability to heal 1 point of damage. And then we will kill the Stone Troll, drawing a card with Glamdring. And there we go. Barrelvor will draw me 2 more cards. Daron's Runes will draw 2 more cards, discarding a card. There goes Gildoran Glorian. And I will discard that last copy of Daron's Runes, triggering Galdor's response to draw the last card of my deck. The card I discarded was to give a resource to Arwen, who can now play the final copy of Reforged to grab Vigilant Guard and put it onto Glorfindel, who now has 11 hit points. Asphiloth will clear this Iron Hills mine. And now I will discard a Master of the Forge and a Test of Will. I know, it sounds crazy. And spend a resource to bring Elrond into play, fully healing up Glorfindel. And we will spend that last resource to put one last Lembas on Glorfindel. So, 3, 5, 6, 7. In the staging area, Glorfindel still has no willpower, so 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 against 7. We have to discard till we find a location. Yeah. Dark Tunnel. Yeah, I'll take it rather than raising my threat by 3. So 16 against 10. The card we reveal is another Contested Depths, which means we make 4 progress on this crumbling cavern, clearing it, and raising those Contested Depths like that. We're forced to travel to the Deep Chasm, Frightful Den. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. And discard until we find an enemy. Ah, a Hobgoblin. And then we add it to the staging area. The Hobgoblin's effect is forced, so we take the top card of our deck. There is none. So We'll engage him, take the attack undefended. There is no defending character. Deal a damage to Glorfindel. We'll strike back, doing 4 damage to the Hobgoblin. At the end of the round, Elrond is discarded from play. Everybody readies up. And now, Arwen will spend a resource to bring Elven Light back to hand. We will discard a second copy of Elrond to Arwen for a resource, and play Will of the West, shuffling all of those back into hand, discarding Elven Light to heal that damage off of Glorfindel with, no, there's much better things that we could use that Elven Light for. The Will of the West is removed from the game. Beravor draws us 2 cards. We will draw 2 cards with Darren's Runes, ditch the Elven Light, and triggering Galdor's response to draw another card, and exhaust the Sea to the Sea, discarding 2 cards to make this Rivendell Minstrel cost 1. So 3, 6, 9, there's 12 in the staging area. Quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Discarding until we find a location. Forked Passage. It's 15 against 12. I think I have to... this is going to be a problem, no matter what we do here. No matter what we do. Threat is going to kill us. Alright, we'll raise our threat. No, I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Don't think we can afford to do that. So 15 against 14, we're going to hope for a treachery. It's not a treachery. So, there's that, I guess. We raised our threat by 2 anyways, and now we have to take a Stonefall. Going to take the Hobgoblin undefended, discard an ally I control. There goes the Caregiver. Another damage on Glorfindel. Undefended, 7. I'm glad he's up to 11 hit points now. With 5, we can kill the Hobgoblin, drawing a card, discarding Lembas to ready him up, heal, and attack for 5 again. Oh yes, and Asphaleth will put 2 progress on the contested depths. Now let's ready everybody up. There's another copy of Quick Beam, draw 2 more cards, spend a resource to bring back Elven Light, discard Elven Light to trigger Galdor's response to draw a card. Ditch Elven Mail, put a resource on Arwen, exhaust the Sea to the Sea, discarding 2 cards to bring Elrond in. Discarding that condition attachment this time, actually. I know it seems weird to do, but... yeah. Alright. Asphaleth. 3, 6, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Against 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. We need to make 8 progress to even have a chance. Nope. Well, that is fun. We are going to threat out. So, that's how this deck runs. A little high on threat, and sometimes it can cause problems. On the other hand, you got to see very well how this deck handles combat, and even with nasty enemies like a Stone Troll, we can just take the attacks undefended. Glorfindel has 11 hit points now, and this round, if we weren't going to threat out at the end of it, or right now after we reveal a new location, we would be taking that Stone Troll attack undefended. Now that would be a little bit too much for us to handle, so what we would do is play Reforged to get back our Lembas, which means we'd probably defend with Glorfindel, take the 5 damage, well, discard the Lembas, so we'll take 5 damage and be left with 8 on him, attack for 5, dealing 2 damage to the Stone Troll, depending on if there was another enemy out there. And then the next round we dig, really, really hoping for another Elrond. But alas, that is not to be. Still, I hope this was fun to watch, even as the threat in the staging area grew until we couldn't handle it anymore. That incredible build-up of locations. You don't expect to get location locked, but also being denied Glorfindel's willpower was kind of a big deal. This quest has a really nasty condition attachment. It may be worth, if we're going to try this quest again at some point, going into our sideboard and bringing in Athalas to replace the Lembas that we were using. That will let us get more full heals on Glorfindel to be sure, but also discard those condition attachments so we don't have to waste uses of Elrond to get rid of them. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Until next time, happy questing.